We rise up, baby. I rise up, baby. We rise up, baby. I rise up, baby.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back again for another episode of Anthony Latour Motivational Speaker. Now this one is kind of near and dear to my heart. I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while, but I officially have made it and we're going to do it. Now, not everybody is the same, so I'm not judging anybody or any gender or anything like that, as we all are. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Guys, this episode is why guys suck. Okay? Like I said, not all guys do this. Not all guys are horrible. Not all guys are terrible. Okay, I'm not saying that, so if I offend you, sorry, cry about it later, okay? This is what I'm saying, why some common things that guys do that we just don't think about because it's just how we're wired, okay? Now, like I said, not every guy does this, but most guys do. So if you'll see this might answer some of your questions, females or males, okay? There's no gender bias, all right? Wait, here we go. Number one reason why guys suck. Let me just tell you something. Guys hear what you say, but when it comes up here, it gets twisted and turned and all confused, okay? We hear what you're saying, but what you're saying may not be what we're interpreting, okay? And this is for a whole slew of reasons. So you may say, hey, we're out of milk. Some guys, all right, I'm not going to say all, but most guys will say, ah, crap, I got to go get milk. So sometimes that happens, all right? So sometimes we hear what you're saying, but it's not what it actually is, okay? So you say something and we interpret it something differently. So if we come out with an attitude or something, maybe there was some miscommunication. I know personally I do that a lot. I hear what someone's saying, especially, hey, I got a wife. I've misinterpreted her many times. And that can cause an argument or an issue. So just be conscious of that, females, that maybe we're just not understanding what you're saying and you are trying to be cool and nice. Like, hey, we're just out of milk. Just a general statement. You're not saying for me to go get it, but hey, we're out of milk. Guys, this one I think will really, really hit you guys good. We're stubborn jerks, okay? When we get something in our mind, we're not going to let it go. Okay, I don't care what you say, it's not going to happen. And let me break this down a little more Barney style, as we say in the military. Barney style for the stubbornness. Okay? If we feel challenged or threatened, or our manhood is being challenged or threatened, not only will we attack it, but we're going to make sure that it's not going to happen again. Okay? Let me give you some examples. If you're walking in the mall with your lady friend or your guy friend, whatever you do, that's on you, and you see a guy kind of looking at her, your chest is going to puff up a little bit. You're going to get a little more, protective. And you're going to kind of, hey, guy, give him that look like, hey, this is mine, guy. Don't look at her. Don't talk to her. This is mine. So if your manhood is threatened or challenged, you're going to be stubborn because at that point you're focused on that and you're going to say, no, I'm being protective. I'm going to take care of what's mine, okay? Sometimes it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Okay, that's a good reason. Sometimes, though, as you know, as most guys do, we don't think a lot of times up here, okay? We think more emotional in other ways, all right? I'm just going to throw it out there like that. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't think up here. Even when we try to, other things rule over it, okay? If our manhood is threatened, okay, I'm not going to say lash out, but we attack whatever is threatening that manhood. Okay, for instance, you and the wife, you and the girlfriend, you and the boyfriend, whatever it is, you get into an argument. Well, now this guy, okay, I'll just say me for all purposes intended, me and my wife get into an argument. Well, now all of a sudden I'm going to feel like, well, no, I'm right because I'm trying to defend what I'm doing, or vice versa. And no matter what it is, now that I'm getting threatened, not that it's a physical threat or anything like that. Don't get twisted. Everything's good at home, all right? But there's that threat now. There's that, oh, somebody's coming after me with something they don't like or something I did wrong or whatever. I have to defend myself now. So a lot of times guys will automatically get aggressive. They will automatically step up their game. Again, puff their chest out. Not raise their hands up, but get in that defensive mode. That very, hey, I'm going to mentally, like speaking, not usually physical attack, because that's a little excessive, but at times, if you need to physically attack that object that threatened your manhood, okay? Another guy's busting your balls a little bit, busting on you, joking around about something, and you're like, hey, guy, stop. And he keeps going. And he says something like, oh, you're girly, or, something as silly as that could threaten you and set you off, okay? It's just wired in us because way, way back when we were gorillas and we were cavemen, okay? We use that as instinct to attack our enemy or attack our threats. That's how we do. But sadly, we're still wired that way. Obviously, evolution has changed it, but we're still wired the same way. So, guys, that's one thing we do. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But I'm just saying this as be cautious of it. Be aware that, hey, we do this. Girls, we do this, okay? If you make some kind of non-demeaning threat, we're going to act aggressively, and it's like we don't mean to, it just happens sometimes, okay? So on that note, I want to apologize to everybody who that's ever happened to. I know I've done that before, and I'm sorry. Okay? Next topic. I'm glad you guys are listening. Next topic. Survival mode, okay? And this is something that is real to me in a lot of different ways. I can't put my finger on it exactly how to break this down. It's kind of either you got it or you don't. So survival mode, guys, there's that thing in our head and in our hearts, okay, that little switch, okay? Some guys say they black out. Some guys say, I don't know what happened, it just happened. Or some guys are like, oh, it happened so slow and I just, survival mode. It's the bottom line fight or flight response, okay? Typically what I've seen, most guys will fight, okay? I'm not saying women don't, I'm just saying most guys do. It's the hurt them before they can hurt us, okay? And this can go on any level. Again, whether it's a physical level, if someone's physically coming at you, you're gonna boom, 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 give them the 1-2, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to get hurt, especially if your friends are there or your family's there or something like that. And that level of aggression raises on who's around you as well, okay? So there are some other factors involved, but just breaking it down, like I said, very Barney style, very simple. There's that fight or flight, that survival mode, hurt them before they hurt us. With me, personally, okay, this is just my personal opinion, I know in past relationships, if I felt something was going kind of off, I will break off a relationship, or I will be a jerk, or whatever language you want to use, okay? Because I was not a good person in the past, okay? I've changed. I'm a better person now, much better. But I would hurt them. I would hurt that person to get them away from me. I would do whatever it took to hurt them, to make them leave me before they could hurt me. I would make them hurt. I would shove them away. I would push them away. I would make them hurt way before they could hurt me, if I even felt threatened. Nowadays, it's a lot different. Okay, I don't feel that way anymore as much. But there's still that, hey, hurt them before they hurt me mentality, okay? It's just embedded in us. That's just how we are, okay? I'm sorry, but it's truth, okay? It's known knowledge, scientific, DNA, genetics. We are the aggressors for the most part. Okay, here's another great one. When we do show emotion, when we do try to show love, when we do try to show our softer side, a lot of times in the past, guys have been hurt, okay? And I've noticed this more in our generation and our newer generations. I've noticed in our newer generations that when we put ourselves out there, when we put our heart on our sleeve, so to speak, when we try to be the nice guy, the soft guy, the guy that you can come to and whatever, we usually get burned in the past. It's very rare that when we let our emotions out and we try to show people, hey, yeah, I do have feelings. That does hurt me. That does make me angry. That does make me sad. That we get hurt. They say, oh, well, you're a wimp. You can't handle it, or whatever it is, okay? Or I notice with myself, when I put myself out there emotionally, I feel a lot of times it's being disregarded or it just doesn't matter. I'm not saying with my wife, so don't get twisted. Don't get twisted. I'm just saying in general, previous relationships, I mean friends, employers, girlfriends, whatever it is, okay? That when you put yourself out there, you get burned. For instance, you're working really, really hard at your job. You're busting your butt. You're coming in every day. You're doing what you're supposed to do, plus some. You're going above and beyond. And you've been there, let's say 6 months, 8 months, a year, 10 years. And you go to your supervisor or your boss and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about maybe getting a raise. And automatically, nope, they shut you down. Now you're like, well, I've been busting my butt. I've been working my butt off. You asked, you put yourself out there, you made yourself vulnerable, and it got shut down. Okay, does that kind of make a little more sense? That's what I'm talking about. A lot of times guys will put themselves out there and they'll just get automatically shut down. Or they'll just not feel validated for their feelings. So, again, I'm not saying all guys are like this. I'm not saying the majority of guys are like this. I don't know. But this is from my experiences and from friends and from what I've learned over my 34 years of life. Okay, it may not be much, but it's something. So, guys, thank you very much. Please, if you got to this part of the video, please subscribe, like, share. We're doing really good. We're getting big rollings now. We got more subscribers. We're getting to do bigger things. Guys, let's go. Let's bring this up. Let's just get motivated. Let's get excited. Next episode, hey, maybe I'll put why girls suck, why guys get frustrated with girls. Or maybe not. I don't know. I got some big stuff coming up. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So guys, stay tuned. Keep coming in and stay awesome. Stay cool. Stay safe. Deuces.